Broadcasting, bringing you evening hockey on this Sunday evening. The Maryland Junior Blackbears have come to Ashburn Ice House to get in a little bit of a tussle with the Ashburn Xtreme 16AA2 team. Should be a good game. Ashburn traveled up to Columbia, Maryland, and played this morning against the Howard Huskies, which they ended up in a 1-1 tie. They had a rule disallowed because the rest of the whistle had gone in before the puck went in. But it is what it is. It's hockey. So we're here ready to take on the Junior Blackbears after a hard fought game this morning. And stick with us here on Run Sports Broadcast, and we'll be back with you here in the near term. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Blood Sports Broadcasting bringing you the Ashburn Xtreme hosting the Maryland Blackbears, Junior Blackbears, in this CBHL matchup. These two teams playing against each other. Another CBHL game again. Recapping this morning, Ashburn had an early morning game, 9:30. They went up and took on the Howard Huskies up in Columbia, Maryland. Skated to a 1-1 tie. Now they'll take on the Maryland Blackbears. This should be a very well matched up game based off of where both teams, the games that both teams have played and where they're at in the standings. So I believe this will be a very good game. It'll be a close game, and hopefully, Ashburn can come out on top in this one. Let's stick with us here on Red Sports Broadcasting. We got about another minute left to warm up, and then we'll be ready for some Sunday night hockey on Red Sports Broadcasting. Ready for some Sunday night hockey here on Red Sports Broadcasting. The Blackbears are in their away blacks, and they will be moving right to left across your TV screen or whatever device you are watching this broadcast on. And Ashburn in their home white, moving left to right here in the first period on your device. Looks like they are starting with Scott Wells in net tonight for the Ashburn Xtreme. Starting the first line for Ashburn will be Kyle. He'll be out there with O'Neill and Rubenstein with Apostolescu and Zach Morris. And the point. We've got first line. And inside the faceoff circle for them, uh, Lancaster. That faceoff is won by Lancaster for the Blackbears. They try to get it in. That's sent in on sides as it was put in by Ashburn. Now working their way through center. Trying to get in. It dumps in. Now coming back up through the ice comes the Blackbears. They're on sides of the line. Tipped away there by Morris. Morris tried to get it out of the zone. It's dumped deeper by the Blackbears. They're going to go ahead and chase it down. Apostolescu behind his own net, trying to get it out. He finally sends it up for Cal, but it's kept in only momentarily as it does get out the center. And now working their way through. O'Neill pushing it further into the Blackbears zone, working it around. Sent across, tried to get it out, couldn't get it out, and it's dumped right back inside. Now O'Neill. O'Neill behind, looking to center, but no one home. Finally sent it out. That goes all the way down. That's going to be icing, and we will get a face-off back inside the Black Bears end. Face-off coming up, Rutherford in the face-off circle. Now he wins that one back. Now it's sent to Revich. Revich sends it down low, being chased there. Sent on. Now Revich trying to hold the line here on the near side boards, trying to get it lower. He gets up to Donovan. Donovan takes a shot towards the net. That's tipped away. Leads over there to get for it. Now sent right back in. Tipped on by Donovan. Not able to get around to it, though. And now back come the Blackbears looking to break out. Tipped away, though. Rutherford now with it. Rutherford, he sends it up and gets it up for Donovan. Donovan dumps it in. Now being sent down and out to center. Checked up off the play. Murphy now working their way in. Sending it down low into the far side board. Sent through the crease dangerously by North. It gets in. It's tipped by Reed. He's going to get to it. No icing as it gets down low. And Blackbears looking to get it up. Now sending it up through center. They get it up, but it's sent right back in by Ashburn. Now Bultima giving chase and icing as that pass came on the wrong side of center. So the faceoff is going to come back inside the Ashburn end. 14:57 remaining here in the first period of a scoreless game. In the faceoff shot for Blackbears is Patrick. He will go up against Murphy. Murphy runs that one back, and it is sent up and out. And it is tipped, so no icing. And Maryland will have to go ahead and retrieve into their own zone. Now kept there by Murphy. Now look at Bultima. Bultima sending it to the center, can't get it through. Now along the far side boards, there's a fight for it. Wu couldn't get past the Blackbears player. Now sent up to center. Blackbears coming back with it now, working their way across and trying to get into the zone. Now around behind, it's sent out front, and it did not get, or sorry about that, the camera guys. Now back out to center as they look to reset. And it is sent in. Now back around behind. Stolen. Now centered out front. Tipped away, though, by Wells. And now looking up. Bultima trying to get to it. Who touches it long enough for it to not go for icing. But it is still out there, and Cal now with it. Cal looking. He's looking up, and he misses everybody. That's going to be icing and a face-off coming up inside the Ashburn end to the left of netminder Scott Wells. 13:43 remaining here. Correction, not to the left. It's going to be to the right of netminder Scott Wells. Cal in there. He's facing off against Lancaster. That's won by Lancaster. Lancaster back to the point. Now trying to get out. O'Neill. He gets it out to center. And now working their way through center along the boards. Now the Blackbears pushing it up. Kozlowski sends it over. Lancaster watching him. And now it's sent up. It's tipped down. And it was not tipped by Rubenstein, they say, although I thought it was. So face-off coming up inside the Ashburn zone to the left this time of netminder Scott Wells. Lancaster still in there. He's going against Cal. Face-off won by Cal this time. Sterbutzel with it now behind him. He's looking up. O'Neill tips it up. He's got it. He's got a break. 2-on-1 possibly. There's a shot that goes just over the netminder for the Blackbears, who I believe is Caitlin Vanderhoost. And now working their way in. Blackbears dump it in. Behind the net, looking, trying to send it out. It gets all the way out. And that's going to be icing. And a face-off coming up to the right of Scott Wells. 12:52 remaining here in the first period of a scoreless game. Now Rutherford in this face-off. He'll be facing off against Young. That's face-off won by Rutherford. Sent up by Revich. They try to get it out of the zone. It's held in by the Blackbears. That's Kelly is holding it. Now it finally does get out the center. Now working for it. Trying to get through. Pushed down farther by Donovan. Donovan rides his player off into the boards. Now trying to fish it out. Leads. Now it goes to the other side. And now set up, and that is icing. That is icing. Is that puck sets up and it was tipped by the Blackbears player breaking, but it was tipped on this side of red line according to the official, and so therefore it is icing. And a face-off coming out inside the Blackbears zone. Murphy in for this face-off. He pushes that one on. Now Wu giving chase into the far side boards corner. He's trying to get around. It goes around behind the net. Blackbears van. Tries to send it around, but it's held in at the line by Murphy. Now sent around, and finally getting his way out to center is the Blackbears, and now moving it down the ice, trying to get there. Also wins the race to the puck and sends it right back around. And here comes Ashburn trying to get out of the zone. It's going to Murphy's giving chase, but he's not going to get there. That's going to be icing, and we will have a face-off back inside the Ashburn end. Now that face-off won by Cal. He sends it around to Vasilevsky. He sends it up to Riverside. Riverside sends it out to center, but it's taken by the Blackbears, and they're working with Les McAfee. He comes in. Petrick trying to get a shot off. Could not, as he was watched by Vasilevsky. Sorry, that was Morris. Sorry for watching. Now Morris comes away with it. It's sent up off the boards. Now out. Possible break. And now waiting for him to clear. Now O'Neill. O'Neill coming in. He's misses an edge. Couldn't get the shot on. And is covered up by for the Black Bears, Vanderbilt. So Petrick in for this face-off now for the Black Bears against Rutherford for Ashburn. Rutherford wins that back, but he get it out to center anyway. And now kept off. Looking towards the net is Vern. Now through center, shot towards the net. That's deflected off. Now around behind, trying to get up. It's sent up. It's tipped on, but it gets through. Not able to get it in. It's dumped back off of the skate of the Buffalo. He'll send it across to Revich. Revich looking up. He's sending it up, getting it to Donovan. That's good at the line. And now sending it back around Donovan. Donovan still working the puck low. Rutherford digs that out and sends it down low. Rutherford sends it for Donovan. Donovan with a shot and a save. Now it's loose. And now it's and that'll do it. She follows that puck up and it's held on. A little scrum by the side as the rebound was loose for just a second. Now Murphy's in for this face-off against Lancaster. Face-off won by Murphy. Sit back down low for Boltima. It gets it, hops his stick and goes into the far side corner. Ryan giving chase. Chris Ryan can't get it off. He tried to get it to Morse, and big check along the boards, and it finally comes loose. It's dumped in by the Blackbears, and now sends it around by Ryan. He sends it up for Boltima. Boltima sends it up and out. Kelly has it now for Blackbears. He looks across, looking for Bowman. That's how that was hard. And they dump it back in. You got working behind. Now Boltima trying to get it out of the zone. It's blocked. Morris looking, trying to send it up. Can't send it up. It's held in at the line there by Bernard. Now working the way out. That was probably interference on Ashburn, though. Now checked up off the puck is Ryan. Ryan looking his way up. Trying to get it out of the zone. Now Ryan with a possible 3-on-2 if he hurries, but it's stopped up there by Bernard. And Bernard's coming back. He comes in across the blue line. He's looking low, but he runs out of it. Real estate. Now sent around, finally out to center. And I said it was Bernard. That's Garcia, number 21. Now it sends up. Can't clear the zone. Mercury holds on to it. She dumps it in over the net. And now it is held on to by Vanderrohe. She's going to hold on. We will get a face-off to the left of the Maryland net. With 8:46 remaining here in the first period. Into their face-off. He wins that face-off back, but it's tipped up by Blackbears. Blackbears get it out. Now a possible 3-on-2 if they hurry. Looking towards the net. Shot goes wide of the net and back out. But does not clear. It's held in. Sent around across by Madison. Couldn't get it out. Now it's sent out of the zone. It's sent all the way down. That's icing. And we'll get a face-off back to the right of netminder Scott Wells for Ashburn. Now Rutherford in for this faceoff. He's going up against Caleb Young. That faceoff won by Rutherford. He sends it back to Redditch. Redditch spinning it around. Look at the leads. Couldn't get to it. Now sent out by Rutherford, but take it right back by Blackbears as they work their way through center. They send it up. That is not icing. He had just gained the red line when he had dumped it in. A big hit along the boards. Now Rutherford's with it. Rutherford's looking. He's sending it up the boards. And he finds Donovan. Donovan coming in, shot. Goal! Great pass. Rutherford off of the boards, off of the glass to Donovan. And Donovan sends it over for the goal to his line mate, Ryan. I'm sorry, it was Voltima, Connor Voltima. No, it was Lee. It was Grant Lee. So that'll put Ashburn up 1-0 early on in this game. Now face-off won by Wood. Now sent up to Wood. Wood trying to work his way through. Can't. Now working to send it across. Trying to get out of his zone is Butler. He sends it up. It gets over, but he's offside. Just in front of the line with Connor Voltima. And so we'll get a face-off just outside the Maryland Blackbears zone. Correction. The pass came from center, so that's where the face-off is. Now that face-off won by Bears. They get it up. Byrne can't hold the line. Coming back out with it is Scott Wu. Wu sending it up. And back out to center. Now working his way through number 50. I don't have a name on him. So he doesn't have a name on the back of his shirt either. So now it does get out to center. Being retrieved there by Kathy. Now sent across Voltima. Voltima sends it in. Byrne was watching him. 50 has it for the Blackbears. He's going to send it around. No, then at the line by Butler, but only temporarily. Gets back out to center. So McCaffrey not able to get it around. And now finally coming back, looking across. Wu tries to get, Voltima tries to get a stick on it. It's in up front of Wu with a shot that's blocked up front. Voltima. Watch it behind, looking for Garcia. Garcia sends it up, looking, trying to get through. Now Wu with it. Now, working his way into the zone. Garcia, it gets back out the center. They're waiting to clear and looking to have to reset his heart. And now, coming back with it here, Butler in across the blue line. He's coming low. He's looking for someone to pass. He sends it out front. Shot. Goal! Brooklyn, 2-2. I'm sorry, that's Cal. Cal to come on. And that is a goal for Cal from Sir Butzel. And that'll put Ashburn up 2-1, or 2-0 here with 6:17 remaining in the first period. Now Cal in for this face-off for Ashburn. Wins that one back over to Rubenstein. Now sets up to O'Neill. O'Neill working his way through. He sends it across looking for Rubenstein. Rubenstein didn't quite get as that passes behind him. Now O'Neill in the corner looking to send it out front. Now Rubenstein, another shot. And oh my gosh, 2 shots And then the third one went wide, but the goaltender was down. Now, we're going to say through Lancaster. Deep through one, gets through, saved by Wells, sent off to the corner. Another shot attempted was knocked out front by Koselewski. Now he'll send it up looking for O'Neill. O'Neill sends it out. Looking. Now coming through, stolen by Rubenstein. Rubenstein trying to get around. Down low. Now to Rutherford. Rutherford comes in, shot, and goal! That goal scored by O'Neill. I think that goal was scored by O'Neill on the assist from Rutherford, but I'm not sure if that's an assist or a goal for him. I'm not sure who they gave it to. Man, it's out 3-0. Okay, clarification. That goal was Bryce Rutherford's goal. It was deflected in front off the defense, not off of O'Neill's stick. So they gave it to Rutherford from Rubenstein. That is the scoring on your third goal. Now the face tied up by Rutherford as he gets around trying to get it out of the zone. Shot towards it. That's saved by Wells. He gets it around, trying to work his way out of the zone of Rutherford as he picked it up behind. Now he drops it off for Revich. Revich can't get it past the Maryland defender. Now Rutherford tips it up, finds Donovan. Donovan looking across for Leeds. Leeds now on a break, working down low. Can't get to it. Now to the middle, Donovan. Donovan tripped up. No call. And now back comes the Blackbears. Blackbears coming in across the line. They're on sides at the line. Shot towards the net. Saved by Wells. He'll hold on and we'll get a face off to his left. Not 4:43 remaining here in the period. Ashburn up 3-0. Now face off one by the Blackbears. Shot towards the net. It's loose. Saved by Wells. It's still loose. And it goes in. Goes in. And it's loose in front. And so that is a goal for Maryland. And I believe that goal, if I'm not mistaken, that goal went to number 35, which is Caleb Young, but I'm not sure if all right, that face off, won by Cal, now over Strabutzel. Strabutzel setting it up. He was looking for Rubenstein, but he missed him, and that'll come all the way down on an icy call. Going for the face off, Petrick against Cal. Taken by Cal because he tied it up and got it in. Now O'Neill coming in, giving chase. Now Rubenstein giving chase behind the net, but Maryland with it. They get it out to center. Strabutzel tips it up. Now Cal's got it. Cal sending it up for O'Neill. O'Neill working his way through and kept on sides temporarily. Now it gets out to center. Morse sending it right back around for Cal. It hits the stanchion. Now over to Rubenstein. Rubenstein sidesteps one and fights off a check, but in the process loses the puck. And now Morse. Now Cal kicking it forward. Now Morse sending it across, looking for O'Neill. O'Neill dumps it in, looking for Rubenstein. Rubenstein takes his player into the boards as they fight for the puck. Now O'Neill down low. O'Neill Blackbears get it around. They send it all the way out. That's going to get far enough for icing, and faceoff will come back inside the Maryland Blackbears zone to the left of netminder Caitlin Vanderwood. Now Rutherford into this faceoff. He's got faceoff against Lancaster. That faceoff won by Rutherford, but then it's taken by Maryland. Now it's 10. It comes in on Wells. Wells just going to, and they've got to call that slashing call. They got to call the slashing call because the puck was covered and then he poked at it. That's slashing. So there's 2-minute penalty for slashing. They call it unsportsmanlike. Okay, either way. It's 2 minutes regardless. Now face-off won by lead, but it's missed. Now Morse giving chase as Maryland takes a shot shorthanded just over the net. Now working it out. Here comes O'Neill. Poked off his stick, and Maryland coming back shorthanded. Morse gets to send it back out. Lancaster's with it now, and he is tripped. And no call. And now there is a call. So there was definitely a tripping call there. And so we'll be back to 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 36, and then Maryland will have an abbreviated power play. So now 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 36. Rutherford again, he's going to face off against Caleb Young. Rutherford wins that face off back to Reddick. Now sent up. Can't get it out. Now looking across, Rutherford sends it. He finds Donovan. Donovan working his way through. Now sent Strabuzzo with a shot that goes wide of the net. Now Revich with it. Revich out front. Looking for it. Rutherford tries to get a stick on it. Couldn't. Revich going to go again. Now back to the point for Strabuzzo. Shot blocked out front by the defender. And now having to regroup is Strabuzzo. Strabuzzo working his way back. He sends it across for Rutherford. He tips it into the zone. And it's sent right back out. That goes all the way down. That's going to be icing. And we'll get a face-off back inside the Maryland Blackbears zone. Sorry for my Blackbears fans that are watching. I forgot to put up your guys' goal. It is 3-1, not 3-0. 56 seconds remaining on our 4-on-4. Now tied up towards the net, covered up by the netminder. It's still loose, though. And so there's Feliciano. Feliciano sends it across, looking for Koslewski. Back to Feliciano. He sends it up. He finds Ryan. Ryan loses the net. Blue picks it up. Blue's got it. He's not able. He loses. He rolls on him. And now out to center it goes. Now Lancaster sending it through. There's a shot. Save. Point blank chance for Lancaster. Saved by Wells. And back into the corner now, Donovan. I'm sorry, that's Koslewski. Trying to get it out of the zone. Can't. Now, working his way up. He's got leads. He's got Lou, but he's going to take it himself. Here comes Koslewski. He centers it. Nobody home. Back to center. And here comes Lancaster for Maryland. And now he's chipped up again. And, wow, no call on that one. All right. Now Leeds comes away with it. He loses the puck, and back they come as they are on their power play now for 12 seconds. Now into the corner, trying to get it out. Kept in by the Blackbears. Now looking across. Shot not able to get off his stick. It was a good pass across. Now trying to get it out of the zone. Can't. Now sent in front. Can't get it past the netminder was in Mahaku. Now kept in by Blackbears. Finally sent out. Gets it out of the zone and leads, sending it down the ice. But taken by number 50. He gets it across to Garcia. Garcia working his way across the boards. He's bumped up off the puck. And now it's sent around. Here comes Feliciano. Feliciano trying to work his way up. Can't. Get it out of the zone now. Across the Blackbears shot, and it goes wide of the net. Now it's on the back of the net, and puck is frozen there, and we will get a face-off inside the Ashburn zone. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 12.1 remaining. Cal in for the face-off against Petrick. That face-off won by Petrick. It gets out though to center, and they can't get it out. And they're content to let it be there because this is going to end the period. And that is the end of the first period. So after 1, Ashburn 3, Maryland Junior Blackbears 1. In that period, Ashburn 3 goals on 8 shots. And for Maryland, 1 goal on 6 shots. So exciting game so far in this one. 3-1 Ashburn up as we go into get ready for the second period. Ashburn will start with Rubenstein, Cowell, and O'Neill at the forward. And on defense, Brothers. Went for the face-off. Cowell going up against Lancaster. Cowell wins that face-off, gets it across. Now back to Morse. Morse sending it up, tipped in by Rubenstein, and down low it goes. Recovered there by Blackbears. Now behind the net, Garcia trying to get out of there. Can't. Now finally gets it up to Barnard, who gets it up. He finds now Morse in the corner, trying to get it up. Can't. It's sent around though behind by Morse now. And he looks up. It's tipped on a Blackbear stick and out of play. And that face-off is going to be outside the zone. Now Rutherford into this face-off. He'll be facing off against Young. That one's won by Young. He sends it back. It's dumped in. And now sends it across for Scabusso. Scabusso sends it up for Rutherford. Rutherford coming in through center. Looking wide. Trying to get around the corner. Couldn't. Now Rutherford cuts back to the middle. He looks. He shoots. It's loose, but not able to get the stick on it. And now Blackbears coming back in. Is that dumped in there by the Blackbears? Now Rutherford trying to set it up the boards. Couldn't get it around. Working his way through. Trying to get across. Finally gets it up and out, but is held in at the line. Now it's set toward the net. And in. Scored by number 50 is now 3-2. So 15:42 remaining here in the second period. We have a 1-goal game. Face-off won by Murphy, but then taken right back by the Hayfield. Still trying to work his way through. Dumped in by Kelly. Now Morse will return it for Ashburn. He sends it up looking for Botima. Botima tips it off at Murphy. Murphy working his way up. He goes wide. He's trying to get around the edge. Can't. And he's checked up off the play, and Maryland looking to come back. Now working their way out in the Hayfield. He sends it up, looking to try and find somebody cut to the middle, but stick lift at the last second there by Botima. It doesn't allow them to get a shot on. And finally, it gets help, but it's going to get out to center. Kelly will recover for Maryland and dump it right back in. Now Rubenstein with it behind the net. Rubenstein sending it up and out. It's hit down, looking around, knocked right back in. We were trying to get to it. And before I said it was Rubenstein, that was Feliciano. It finally set up, but kept in by Murphy temporarily, and now working their way through. Now Feliciano. And offsides as Garcia wasn't able to get back on. It was close, but he was still offsides when that puck entered the zone. So that'll give us a face-off here just outside the Ashburn zone. Powell in there, and he's going up against Lancaster for this face-off. Now that face-off won by Powell. He sends it back around, trying to get it out. Can't. Now finally sent in by the Blackbears. Supposed to recover for Ashburn. He sends it up for O'Neill. O'Neill shooting it across is looking for Rubenstein, but that's intercepted. And now working their way out. Now sent in. That's onside. Now checked up off the play. Now Rubenstein sending it over for O'Neill. O'Neill to So faceoff will be inside the Maryland Blackbears zone as the whistle was stopped for an injured player. So Cal in for this faceoff. That's won by Young for Blackbears, and he's trying to get it around. It pops out front. Cal sending it back towards the net, was trying to find O'Neill. O'Neill with it down low. Now he's moved around, working their way up. Now kept in at the line by Rebic. He sends it back down low, and now Rubenstein going after it. Rubenstein trying to get to it. Checked up off the play by Kyle. Keeping it in. Kept in by O'Neill, and still can't get it out of the zone. Finally, they do, but taken by Rebic. But O'Neill was still offsides, so faceoff will be right here at center, or they'll call intentional and they'll go all the way down. Rutherford in for the faceoff against Leeds, or who's out there with Leeds. He's going up against Young. Now that faceoff is tied up, and Maryland comes back with it, and now working their way across. Onside at the line is Kelly. Now it goes around behind. Morse gets to it. He's working his way up, trying to get it through, and it's picked on his stick. Now Apostolescu. Apostolescu sending it up. Rutherford tips it out, looking for Leeds. Wasn't able to get to it. And now Rutherford steals it. He's got it. He's coming in. He takes a shot. That's blocked out front. Now looking again. He sends it towards the net. Now back towards the middle. Now Apostolescu with the shot. That's blocked away. Now working it down low. Here comes Maryland getting it out of the zone. Now they send it up. And now Apostolescu with it. Apostolescu sends it over for Morse. Morse up to Leeds. Leeds don't get into the zone. He's going to give chase. He's in a battle with Garcia, I believe, over there. Now, Donovan coming away with it. And now Maryland comes away with it. Sit down low, and they get it out of the zone. Now Morse back across. That's tipped. Great forecheck by Blackbears right now. And now the net comes off. That's the reason for the whistle. That was incidental to the play. What you saw there, that was not a penalty at all. It's just they were both going hard for the puck. Good non-call by the official there. And we'll get a face-off coming up to the left of netminder Scott Welch. And it looks like Ryan is injured. He is not out. He just left the ice. Now working back. Shot towards the net, held on by Wells, and will get a face-off to the left of the Ashburn net. 12:03 remaining here in the second period. Ashburn holding on to the 1-0 lead. Rutherford in there now for the face-off. Now, sit back, working. That was seen by Wu. Back out it comes and into the zone. Sorry, I lost my camera handle for a second, guys. Now it's outside of the zone. Patrick with it now for it. Maryland, and now Rutherford. Rutherford's getting his way through. He's got Boltima with him. It's flipped off his stick. He'll send it down low, looking for Boltima. Boltima has it, but it's bouncing. Now it's set back up, trying to get out of the zone, and back comes Maryland. It's coming in. That's Byrne. Byrne at the line. Can't get it around Sabutha. Sabutha takes it back behind the net. He sends it out, but it's held in at the line over there by the Heyman. Big battle along the boards, and now it's gone. It's sent out to center, and it looks like there's a penalty upcoming here on Ashburn. And Sean Sabutha is going to the. They're calling 2 minutes for Russell. Sabutha, I don't know. He must have hit the guy after the puck was gone. That's the only thing I can think. I don't think I have that on camera as it was the play was moving up the ice. So Ashburn now on a penalty kill. That puck tied up. And Maryland coming away with it as they work it across. Now Byrne trying to get it across. Checked up off, and it hits the ceiling as it pops up in the air. And so we'll get a face off here to the right of netminder Scott Wells. Murphy in for this face-off. He's got it against Lancaster. It's sent back. Shot towards it. That's saved by Wells. Z6 at the side. Now, Net didn't know where the puck was. He thought it went to the other side, and he almost got beat short side there. Now, Murphy trying to get the puck out of the zone. They can't get it out. Now, Rubenstein finally gets a hold of it. He gets it out of the zone. He drags around one. Sends it back for Morse. Morse sends it across for Revich. Revich working his way up, and he'll dump it in. No icing. As he had just gotten the red line, says the ref. I don't think he did, but now Cal sends it across for Revich. Revich setting it up, looking for O'Neill. O'Neill trying to get it into his zone. It pops off the stick and out of play, and we're going to face off just outside the Maryland Blackbears zone. Correction. Because it went off of a Blackbear stick inside the zone, the face-off will be inside the zone. I wasn't sure if they were going to call that or not. There's an inconsistency with the officiating on that. So that face-off won by Cal, and not able to hold his own, knocked down, sent out, trying to get it out of the zone. They do, but Blackbear's going to come right back with it. And now Young with it. Young spinning it across. Now sent in. Feliciano dumping it up. Kept in at the line by Dress. And sent out of the zone. It's tipped, so no icing. And Blackbears are going to go ahead and recover. Now working their way out. Dumping it into the far side corner. 26 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for Ashburn. And now sending it up. Back to the point for Maryland. Now back across. Byrne with the shot towards the net. Saved by Wells. Another shot. And that's for Maryland. We have a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. So Ashburn gets the first three. Maryland gets the next three. That goal was put in, if I am not mistaken, by Hart on the back door. Or maybe it was Madison on the back door. All right. So 3-3 with 9 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. Rutherford steals that puck back and dumps it right back into the zone. Leeds giving chase. Now Rutherford pulls that check off. And now back behind the net, Leeds loses an edge. Puck is loose. Rutherford almost gets it in. Puck is still loose. Trying to send it back to the point, and it gets out as Revich wasn't ready for it. Now it's sent across. Here comes Donovan. Donovan in the zone. He dumps it in on net. Puck is loose. And now comes back off. And now out to center. Back comes Maryland. Trying to get through. Can't. Now set right back up. Now checked up off the play. Working it out. Here's Donovan. Donovan with a possible break. Now Rutherford shot. Saved by the netminder. Big save. They send it all the way down. That's going to be icing. And a face-off coming up inside the Maryland zone. So Ryan was out, but he is back on the ice now. In fact, I don't know if he was actually on the ice to begin with, because I think he might have got here late. But nonetheless, he's there. He tries to take a shot on the face-off win by Murphy. Now around behind, he loses his stick. Working their way out, sending it up. Here comes Maryland. Working their way in. That's Lancaster. He put the stutter step on Feliciano. Shot towards the net. Saved by Wells. Face-off going to come up to the right of Murphy into the face-off. He wins that against Lancaster, and now working their way back out comes Ashburn. Feliciano for Ashburn. He's coming up. He's going to work his way in. He went wide. Comes in. Shot saved. Closed down by netminder. And now out comes Hart. Hart coming in. He takes the shot, gets around Strabusel, but bumped off by Feliciano. Now sent around, and it gets out to center. And saying it was not touched, so they're calling that icing. Face-off coming back inside zone to the left of netminder Scott Wellers. 7:26 remaining in the second period. We have a 3-3 hockey game. Now in for the face-off, Powell. That's one, though. Now that flutters in on Wells, and he'll hold on, and we'll get a face-off to his left. Powell back in for the face-off against Young. Powell wins that face-off. But set right back up, taken by Young now. He's checked off by Powell, but he's still able to get a shot towards the net. That's blocked away by Wells. And now Morse down low. Morse sending it up and sends it all the way down. That will be icing, and we'll get a face-off back inside. 7:04 remaining here in the second period. It's all tied, knotted up at 3. Now face-off won by Powell. It sets around. Rubenstein had lost their edge. And now that pass misses everybody. Goes back all the way down into the Maryland end. Now being sent off. Rubenstein not able to get to that puck. It's in the feet. Rubenstein sends it right back into the Maryland zone. Garcia's got it for Maryland. He's watched by Cal. He comes to the other side. Working their way up through center. Garcia's still with it. Garcia's still with it. He's going coast to coast, but not able to. Now Apostolescu gets it. He sends it around, but it's intercepted by Garcia. Now Rubenstein sending it up. He gets up for Cal. Cal gets it up for O'Neill. O'Neill sets up a play, though, by Hart. Sorry, not Hart. That's number 12. It isn't on their roster. Now working their way through. Shot towards the net by O'Neill. Saved. Sent all the way out. No icing. So they tipped one. No, and they didn't call they called the icing. We tipped one and Donovan looking across. He finds Rutherford. Rutherford sends it up for Leeds. Leeds working his way in. Sent for Donovan. Oh, just misses him. Now sent towards the net. Puck is loose. Little battle in front. So face-off coming up to the left of netminder Vander Rose. Rutherford into this face-off. Rutherford wins that one over to the side. He wins it, keeps it back, tries to send it back as he's got a shot. His stick got lifted just at the last second. Now working their way off. Leads with it in the corner. Now working through. This is everybody. Now Rutherford sends it up. He's trying to find Rutherford. Checked off the play by Donovan. Dumped in by Mahakey. He'll send it around. Rutherford now. Sending it up. Up front. This is now back to the shot towards the net. That goes wide. Now Stubutzel with it. Stubutzel fighting with Burton for the puck. It gets up, but does not get out of the zone. Finally, Leeds does get it out to Donovan. And he is stopped. No calls coming. Stubutzel working his way in. He works wide. He drops it for Leeds. Leeds trying to get somebody going to the middle, but nobody was there. As the rest of the reporters are changing. And now here comes Mahakey. Sorry, that's not Mahakey. This is Mahakey with the puck. He's chucked up off the play. And now working their way up. Then finds Rubenstein. Rubenstein not able to get to it. Now working it down low, trying to get out. It does get out of the zone. Stubutzel with it now. Stubutzel over to Feliciano. Back to Stubutzel. He's dumping it up. He was looking for Murphy when Murphy wasn't skating for it. And getting away with a trip there. Now, shot towards the net by Rubenstein. That's held on. And the puck is still loose. Now Rubenstein sends it towards the net. Oh, and Murphy almost had that one. Now Feliciano sends it back towards the net, but he misses the net. Now Rubenstein sending it back around the other side, looking for Murphy. Murphy's got it. He sends it back down low for Ryan. Ryan can't get to it. They take it by Murphy. He dumps it back into the zone. Sent up, and Morse gets it back out here. Neutral. He's working his way in. He's going to try and go wide. Held in his line by Riverside. Takes a shot. It's loose. It's still loose. Big save by the netminder. Now Riverside with another shot. And that is held on to by the netminder. Vanderwolf. And we still are knotted up at 3. Now face off by Cal 1. He sends it back. It's held in at the line there by Apostolescu. Now trying to get through. So pops Apostolescu sick. Apostolescu breaks for Maryland, but Stubutzel gets across. Then is able to make the poke it off the stick, but it's held in at the line. Now taken away. It's loose. Wu's going to get it. Wu looking up, trying to find Cal. It goes through his legs and goes all the way back down into the Maryland end. Now Lancaster with it for Maryland. Lancaster working his way up. He goes wide. He gets around the left, couldn't get around the middle. Temporarily, and Lancaster with it again. And now sent out, but held in. Bonnie as they continue to put on the pressure. That's Grease sending it down low. He sends it over for the Apostolescu. Couldn't get, that's intercepted by Kyle on the shot. Wu has it. He sends it up. He's looking for O'Neill. O'Neill with it. O'Neill with a shot towards the net. That goes high as it's blocked up. Trying to send it up. They're going to dump it all the way down. That's going to be on net, so no icing. Now sent around, and Rutherford coming over to deflect that shot just at the last second. It goes out of play, and that'll give us a face-off to the left of the Ashburn net. 1:55 remaining here in the in the second period. Ashburn up. We're tied at 3. Rutherford then for this face-off against Young. Had to get a new puck. That's where it was taken second. Now Rutherford pushes that one forward. It's taken though by Garcia. Sent towards the net. It goes wide. And now Revich with it. Revich looking up. Sends it. Now Rutherford's going to come through. He's coming through with speed. He drops it for Leeds. Leeds with the shot towards the net that goes wide. And now working their way up. Madison with it. Madison trying to get through. Donovan can't hold on to it. It gets through. And now rifled right back in by Maryland. They're on sides. They're chasing it down. That's Young behind the net chasing it down now. He's got Morse. Morse trying to check a player off the puck. And now sent towards the net. Now around behind. Looking at the other side. Sent towards the net. That's blocked out front by. There's another shot towards the net. Another shot. That misses, though. And now Leeds trying to get it up and out. He does. And that is all the way down. That's icing. And we'll get a face-off back inside the Ashburn zone. We are down to 56 seconds remaining here in the second period. We are knotted up at 3. Now face-off taken by Wu, tied up his man. Now Sabutzel behind in the near side corners, trying to get it out. Trying to get it up now to Ryan. Maryland comes away with it. There's a shot that's blocked up and out of play. And we'll get a face-off back inside the Ashburn zone. Move back in for this face-off for Ashburn. He wins that one back. He gets it over to Sputzel. Sputzel sending it around the boards, looking for Voltima. Voltima just sending it out of the zone. Now it's sent up. Looking Feliciano. Feliciano with it behind his net. He goes. He sends it around. Eliminated the line though by. Now shot. And no, that saved by Wells, and then it went wide. And the net came off. That's why Wells made that save. And then the puck was loose right at the side, and he sent the puck right through the crease, but not into the net. And so Ashford catches a little bit of a break there. Now Cowell in for this faceoff. He's moved by Blackbears as they look to get it out. Now Morse working his way through center. He comes through. He sends it up to the near side boards. Looking to the middle. Shot towards it. Oh, went through. Couldn't quite get through. O'Neill couldn't get a stick on it. Blackbears dump it in. There's 3 seconds left, and that'll do it for the second period. So after 2 periods, score Ashburn 3, Blackbears 3. In that period, Ashburn had 12 shots on goal, no goals. They have a 2-period shot total of 20. And Maryland had 3 goals on 12 shots for a 2-period total of 18. So 20 to 18 shots favor Ashburn, but this is a tie game at the end of 2. So 17 minutes to decide the winner or go home as a tie. All right, we're ready for the third period. Lancaster in against Cowell. That's won back by. It was actually won by Lancaster, but luckily Ashburn was able to get a hold of it. Now, off the center. Now here comes Lancaster working his way up. He's got help on the side. There's a shot that hits Apostolescu and comes right back out. Rubenstein loses an edge, loses the puck. Maryland looking to come back. That's Lancaster. It's tipped off his stick. O'Neill now looking for Rubenstein. He couldn't tip it into the zone. And there's going to be a tripping call upcoming on Ashburn. That's Rubenstein. He's going to get 2 minutes for taking out the feed. And so that'll give Maryland a power play to start the third period. With 33 seconds in. Now in for the faceoff, Rutherford. All right, Leeds is going to take the faceoff. Now that's tied up. Take it back by Strabutzel. Strabutzel looking. He's trying to send it around, and he sent it right over the glass and into the netting. So we'll get a faceoff here coming up to the right of netminder. Faceoff one. And Kelly with it now looking across, trying to get through. Shot towards the net. That goes up off the. And now Rutherford trying to send it out. It's held in temporarily. And now it does get out to center as it was retrieved by the Blackbears. Blackbears looking across to Kelly. Kelly with it. Kelly sends it back to his deep partner. Looking through. Almost intercepted by Rutherford, but it got to his feet. Now Monaco looking, trying to get down low. He's looking wide. I'm just watching him. Watching on the other side now as it gets sent back up to the point. It doesn't get out though. Maryland still holding on to the pressure. Went back to the point. Shot towards the net. Saved by Wells. He'll hold on. And we'll get a face-off to the left of the Ashburn net. 101 remaining on the penalty to Rubenstein for tripping. 15:27 remaining here in the third period. Now looking at the face-off for Ashburn. That face-off tied up and pushed over, taken by Ashburn now, and Moore sending it up. It gets out. No icing, because that is waved off. It's going to end up on the netminder anyway, and now working their way through. Coming up, right back in, Murphy. Murphy sending it around. That's tipped by Murphy, but he wasn't able to corral it, and back to Maryland now. Petrick coming in. He's looking wide. He's rubbed off the play, though, by Feliciano, and back comes Donovan. Donovan sending it up for Murphy. That gets back out. That's good, and it was good at the line. Now still working the way up. Now Byrne dumps it in. Feliciano going back after it. Checked up off the play. Byrne with it behind the net for Maryland wraparound attempt. That is held on to by Wells. And now we'll get a face-off to his left with so 2 seconds left in the penalty to now tied up. Face-off won by Cal. He's going to send it around. And now being held on to by Strabutzel. No call coming, though. Now back to the middle. Shot. That goes wide of the net. Working their way out. Coming loose. Now in the middle. Shot goes wide as it goes through the crease. And now O'Neal. O'Neal getting it out to center. And here comes Maryland. Maryland being chased down by Cal as it goes around behind the net. Still working their way up. Sit out. And not able to get past Vasilevsky. He sends it right to the field. And it's dumped back in to their own zone. Looking to regroup. Maryland tried to regroup here. And Lancaster dumped it back in. He's checked up off the play and finally sent out by Maryland. You're now waiting for people to clear is Strabutzel. He sends it across. Now Strabutzel back to Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky sending it up for O'Neal. O'Neal dumping it low. Tries to get it for Cal. Cal's got it. Cal takes a shot that goes high up off the netting. Now shot the goal! Going Rubenstein! That goal, Rubenstein from Cal. And it is 4-3. Ashburn. Lou out there. He's got tied up. He gets it over to Ryan, but Marin takes it for Maryland, and they're working their way back, trying to get this thing tied up. Shot towards the net, saved by Wells. Another shot gloved or pad aside by Wells, and Voltima sends it out to center. He gets it up. Now, what Lou's trying to get to it. He sends it on forward, and I think it went. Might have. Maybe they're saying that it hit somebody on the bench. So, face-off coming up just outside the Ashburn zone. 12:49 remaining here in the game. Ashburn holding on to a 4-3 lead. That face-off won by Rutherford, but picked up by the Blackbears and sent right back through to the middle. Now back to the point. Young holds the line. Now sitting in the cross. Shot saved by Wells. He covers up. I will say one of the things that I've noticed about the Blackbears team, they are late after the whistle getting onto the goalie, snowing and flashing, and they've only been called for it once. But all right, now Rutherford, then he wins that faceoff over for Leeds. Trying to get it up, can't get it out of the zone. His poke checked off his stick. Now sent to the middle, tipped away though by Rutherford. Now Rutherford blocks that pass as he gets it around, trying to get the puck up. Now the puck is now sent towards the net. Working around, can't get it out to Leeds. Shot towards the net, saved by Wells. Goes off to the corner. Now sent up and all the way down. That'll be icing, and we'll get a face-off inside the Ashburn end. All right, Petrick in for this face-off against Murphy. That's won by Petrick for Maryland. Now trying to work their way through. Petrick tries to get it in. Not able to tip it out with Wu. No. Petrick with it. Shot towards the net and he scores. Nothing Wells could do. He was down. That was a nice shot by I think it might have been, let's see who it was. It was number 58. Yeah, it was Petrick with the goal. So Petrick with the goal for Maryland. And it is now 4-4 with 11:51 remaining here in the period. That faceoff won by Cal. He pins it up looking for Rubenstein. Rubenstein dumping it into the corner. Now behind the net. O'Neill. O'Neill trying to get behind the net with Cal now and a host of Blackbears. Now out front, Rubenstein could get the shot off. Now working it around behind the net. Cal going to give chase to the near side corner. On the near side corner, still working for it. Now working their way out. Now Rubenstein. Rubenstein dumping it in. There's not icing. Blackbears looking to break out. That's blocked down temporarily. But now it gets past Revitt. And back comes Petrick. Petrick, the goal scorer. He dumps it in, though, and they're going to go for a change. And now Sir Butzel working, sending it up for O'Neill. He gets it up for O'Neill. O'Neill gets it into the zone, but no farther as coming back up with it here is the Blackbears. Now back, Revitt sending it across. And, he tried to send it out. Wasn't able to. And now back down low, Rutherford. Rutherford trying to get it out of the zone. Couldn't. No, then. Now finally working their way out. Now turn around in front. Shot towards the net. Saved by Wells. Rutherford sends it around looking for Leeds. And the Leeds gets out to center. And now working their way back with him. Now working their way through. Rutherford takes that one back as he intercepts that pass. Now off the no icing as they say it was. And then working their way through down to Rutherford. To the middle. Oh, and it's poking back over there. There's a shot towards the net that goes off. Goes high. Now back towards the net. Taken by Blackbears. Blackbears working their way back. Now Donovan. Donovan coming in. He's got one person leads with him. He's set the fire off the play. Working their way through. Leads with it. Leads sending it down low. Rutherford tries to backhand it, but he couldn't. Down low. Trying to get out. It's sent all the way down by Maryland, and that is going to be icing. And we'll get a face-off back inside the Black Bear zone. We are down to 9:19 remaining. Ashburn and Black Bears locked up at 4. Now Murphy in for this face-off. He goes against Young. That's won by Young, but then it comes right back to the middle. Rebound was there, but Ryan couldn't get a stick on it, and back comes the Black Bears. Now coming around, coming across, trying to get out. Number 3. Also somebody I don't have on their roster, so I don't know the name. Because I can't see the name while they're moving on the ice. Working their way up, held on by temporarily, but now pushed out and tipped, and face-off will happen right outside the Black Bears zone as that puck went out of play. Now Murphy in for this face-off. Murphy ties his player up. Finally coming in with it, Ryan. Ryan dugs around one, tries to get a shot off. Can't. Wu trying to get to it. Murphy trying to get to it. They actually took each other out of the play and now working their way back to Apostolescu. Apostolescu working his way up, sending it up for Murphy. Murphy getting it into the zone. Murphy trying to send it across, but couldn't get to Ryan, and it gets back out to center. Now Sterbutzel. Sterbutzel sending it back around for Ryan. Now dumped back in. Now giving chase, Murphy. Murphy with Ryan. And a couple of Black Bears. Black Bears come away with it. It gets back out to center. Now Sterbutzel. Sterbutzel over to Apostolescu. He sends it up, tips it in for Wu. Wu tips it into the zone. Black Bears going after the puck. That's Garcia. Garcia sending it around, looking for his line mate. He gets it up, working his way through. Monaco comes in, shot towards the net. That's bucketed aside easily by Wells. And now sent off. Now cycled down low as they continue to try to work through it. Can't get through. Now centered and blocked out front by the defense. And now back comes Rubenstein. Rubenstein working his way through. He's going to go wide. He makes a move, but he's cut off there by 12. Pushing their way through. Can't get to it. Revich pulls the line, looks, takes a shot. Oh, and he just misses the net, just wide on the short side. It gets back out to center, and Ashburn is going to recover. That's O'Neill. O'Neill drags around one, loses the puck, but he's going to get it again, and he's going to dump it in. And now giving chase, Rubenstein. Trying to hold it in along the zone. O'Neill gets to it, but he is tips it over the cow, knowing that he had players offsides. So smart play there. Now Byrne gets it up for Maryland. Now sent into the zone. Recovered there by Morse. Morse sending it up. That's played with a high stick. They're not going to call it, though. Now at the center. Here comes Morse. Morse working his way through. Morse trying to get the puck on the level. Morse looking across. Finds Feliciano. Feliciano with the shot. Puck is loose. Oh, and no, nobody can get to it, though. And it's sent out. Now, back comes Byrne for Maryland. He dumps it in. And sent in. Now Morse looking to get around. It hits the stanchion and comes right back for Maryland. Now out front. Shot. Feliciano was trying to block that shot. And in the meantime, screened his netminder. And they didn't get to the shot. So Maryland now, late in the game, gets a goal from, I believe, it might have been Madison with the goal. Or it could have been Patrick. He was on the ice, too. Now working their way through. Maryland wins that faceoff. Coming through. Sending it across. Looking, Feliciano. Feliciano. Sending it back across for Sterbutzel. Now Sterbutzel for Rutherford. Rutherford's working his way through center. He goes wide. He's now Rutherford is on a stick. Now he comes with the puck behind the net. He's bringing out the play, still holding onto the puck. Finally couldn't get it off the Donovan. He tried and went it back out to center. Now sent all the way down. No icing. Feliciano's going to get to it. Feliciano working around deep. Drops it off for Apostolescu. Couldn't get to it though. And now Ryan sends it up out of play. Or out of the zone. Excuse me, not out of play. And now Maryland with it. Maryland looking to get to it. It's hit down. And now working their way up. Feliciano sending it up, trying to get it to Donovan. Donovan giving chase down low. And there's that is going to be that's going to be and now potentially a 5-minute major on Donovan because he checked him right in the head. And the player is still down. So we will turn the camera away. So 2-10. 2-10 is the call for Donovan for head contact. And then 43 is going to get the 43 is going to go for roughing. So it should be 5-on-5. But the 2-10 will mean Donovan is done for the rest of the game. That was an obvious. He probably wasn't going to get a major for that because that was direct to the head into the boards. And I know that wasn't the intent. He was going to try and hit him on the shoulder, and the kid lost an edge as he was delivering the hit. So I don't think he didn't mean to make principal contact with his head, but he did. And that's Lancaster. That's one of their better strengths. It's good to see that he's able to get up and skate off under his own power. So 43 Madison has for the retaliation. So it will be a face-off. Well, face-off should be outside the zone. But it looks like they're going to have a face-off inside the zone. Well, it looks like 5-on-4. I'm sorry, I missed that. So it is on the side. It's 5-on-5. So nobody has to serve because once that penalty is done, since they were coincidental, they are not putting somebody in the 2-minute penalty for Ashburn. Morse now trying to get it back into the zone. It's offside. Not sure how that was offsides because Drew was straddling the line, so I don't know how it could have been offsides, but that's what they called. So face off, won by Maryland as we try to get back here. Maryland working their way back through. Young takes a shot towards the net, sticks aside by Wells. Now move low, down low, behind the net, tries the center, can't get it to him. Working their way up. Woo, trying to get it across for Voltima. Voltima tips it on, but no fun. Maryland comes right back. That's Monaco with it. Now Morse with it behind the net. He sends it up the boards looking for Voltima. Voltima not able to get to it and still working their way through. Now Murphy comes away with it. Murphy sending it up. He finds Wu. Wu working his way in. He's tipped off. Still working low. Wu down low behind the net. Gets it over looking for Voltima. Voltima can't get to it and Blackbears coming back with it. Now here comes Petrick. Tipped off his stick by Revich. Tipped up in by Murphy. Murphy coming in. He takes a shot towards the net. That goes wide. And working their way through. Here comes Maryland across the line. Now on the near side boards. Set down low. Now trying to center it. There's a centering feed. Looking. Shot. That goes wide of the net. That goes off. Now Petrick with it. Petrick resets it back for Barron. Now it's blocked out front by O'Neill. O'Neill, he's got room. He's got a player with him. And off sides. Now working it down low. It's chipped by. Possible 2-0. Saved by Wells. Now Cal looking, finds Rubenstein. Rubenstein sending it across for O'Neill. O'Neill was in here. He sends it back for Revic. Now tipped in by Rubenstein. Tipped in. And now Ashburn needing to really put on the pressure. We're under 3 minutes to play. Ashburn down by 1. Now Feliciano. Feliciano with it. He looks up. He's trying to find. He finds O'Neill. O'Neill back to Leeds. Leeds sends it in towards the net. It's sticked aside by the netminder. And not able to get a hold of it there on the board. So it comes back out. Feliciano with it. He sidesteps one. Looking across. He finds Leeds. Leeds working his way in. He took a shot, but it got tipped. That goes all the way down. That goes off of Ryan's stick. And so now going to recover is Morse. Morse taking his time. And the Blackbears getting to it. Now sent back out front. Here comes Leeds. Leeds sending it up. Is looking for Ryan on the break. Couldn't get to it. And that went down. That is not icing. Now Feliciano. Feliciano looking up. Feliciano working his way through. That's jumped off. Weatherford with it in his face. Now up. Gets it for Ryan. Ryan down low. Leeds with it. Sends it in for Ryan. Couldn't get to it down the show. She holds on. There's a minute 46 remaining here in the game. Ashburn still down 5-4. Needed to get something here in the last minute and a half. Face off against Rubenstein. Or he's got Rubenstein and O'Neill out there with him. Now that face-off won by the Blackbears. That was Young. He's in the run now being pushed up by the Blackbears. They dump it in. That was for sure on the wrong side of Brett, but they gave it to him anyway. That's all right. Now sits up. Coming through. Loses an edge. And now not possible break. But King gets to it. Now Cal side 6-1. Comes to the middle. He takes a shot that goes wide. He's on his backhand. Couldn't get all of it. And now behind the net, Kelly with him now for the Blackbears. He sends it up. It's met by Apostolescu, but not able to hold the zone. And now back it goes. Rubenstein. Rubenstein now sending it back. Looking across O'Neill. O'Neill tries one. And now working their way out. And sent all the way down. That's not going to be icing. There's less than a minute remaining in this game. 5-4. Now sending it up. It gets out the center. Now Rubenstein. Rubenstein coming away. Looking for O'Neill. Sent back for Morse. Morse has it. Sends it up for O'Neill. O'Neill trying to get through. He can't. Now dumped right back around by Honeycomb. And now here comes Revic. Revic sending it up. Trying to get it out. Rubenstein just tips it to no one. And then put it on the high stick. And now that's played by a high stick. Faceoff going to come back inside the Ashburn zone. We are down to 19.8 seconds remaining. Ashburn needing to get a quick faceoff win and then get the puck down the ice. All right, so here we go. 19.8 seconds. Rutherford's in for the faceoff. He pushes it forward. It's taken now. Rutherford working his way through. He sends it up for O'Neal. O'Neal can't handle the pass, so he tips it into the goal. There's 10 seconds remaining. There's a shot to the back by now looking around. Rutherford trying to push it through. And now this huge fight going on. And so that fighting will result in so they ran off the rest of the clock because of the fight, which was dumb because there were still 5 seconds left on the clock. That could have been a draw and a shot. I don't know why they ran the clock. So at the end of that, the fighting majors. So that'll mean O'Neal is probably going to be done. All right, so there will be no more hockey for Ashburn until the uh, new year, next game on the 6th of January. And I don't know where that game is. They play the 6th and 7th, and then the following weekend they will be in Pittsburgh from a MLK weekend. But this is the last hockey game of the 2023 for Ashburn. So we will see you in the new year. Have a safe and happy holiday and take care of one another out there. This is Red Sports Broadcast.